The European Union's it was formed in order to screw the United States. I mean, look, let's be honest. The European Union was formed in order to screw the United States. That's the purpose of it. And they've done a good job of it, but now I'm president. I think he'll keep his word. I think I've spoken to him. I've known him for a long time now. I've known him. We had to go through the Russian hoax together. That was not a good thing. It's not fair. That was a rigged deal.
That this is not walking away from NATO. It's an effort to teach NATO the realities of the present. Now, NATO without the United States cannot conduct the Ukraine war. If the Ukraine war collapses, then Russia will be basically, in Trump's view, neutralized, made a neutral. He wants NATO also to reconfigure to the Indo-Pacific and to reconfigure to the China threat. And may I point out that because of Ukraine, most of the attention of the European countries and their, all their weapons and their assistance, everything has gone towards Ukraine and Europe. When today, very frankly, it's not Ukraine and Europe. It is basically the Indo-Pacific and Asia that is important. So let me say that here again is not a question of basically going against NATO. It's a question, frankly, of essentially ensuring that NATO reconfigures to the reality of the Indo-Pacific being the primary theater of concern and stop his obsession with the Atlantic and with Ukraine. Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union. Was there a collapse of Western society? Not at all. Ukraine is not a part of the Großraum of Europe. It's part of the Großraum of Russia. These two countries, there's the absolute final red line. So Trump understands that geopolitics very well. And so what he is doing is basically telling NATO about the facts of life. And in my personal view, they're going to soon have to accept that. And throughout NATO countries, leaders who are gung-ho about the Ukraine war are being defeated by leaders who are more skeptical. Look at Olaf Scholz. He's the latest chancellor to be defeated. He was very gung-ho about Ukraine and put Ukraine at the center of the attention. When actually, I'm sorry, it's only a secondary theater for the West. The primary theater has to be in Asia, and that's what Trump wants NATO to do. It's not a question of abolishing NATO or weakening NATO. It's a question of stopping NATO from living in the past and reconfiguring NATO to meet the realities of the present.